Hello everybody, my name is RagingRaptor and I welcome you to a new World of Tanks gameplay video. And today we have one of our clan members called Carney. And hot diggly dang, like this game is spicy. This game was It really surprised me when he first showed it to me, and it was just like, damn dude, I'm shaking, you have to watch this video. We decided then with like 4 people to rewatch this video, and I have to say, yes, that is certainly a good gameplay. And I will also going to talk about little fails or little faults somebody or other people did, what he did and what did he do good. And there are certain things that I definitely learned from that game. But before we head into the game, just a quick little note. You have 43 hours left to go into those site, link in the description below, to enter my giveaway to get one of 2 run free Prototypus premium tanks. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about it, and let's do this. The game is in his WZ-111 5A on Winterberg, and he's playing with ratios, and I am surprised. 8.8 seconds real time. I didn't know this tank has such an amazing DPM. Like, that shocked me at the moment, because I know the hull is rather not good, the whole armor, but the speed is good enough, and the turret is very good armor, plus a decent amount of gun impression of, as far as I can remember, -7 degree. Well, Carney decides to drive into the middle of Winterberg to have, well, let's talk about middle spots. In general, when you go into a middle section of a map, you always do the best thing for your team. Sure, you are more exposed to the enemies, because like, he's also having a good look at here, so he doesn't get shot from here, but he can shoot into the middle, he can shoot over here, and he's quickly and fast in positions like here. So it's certainly a really good position, especially for a heavy tank. And well, we will see how he utilizes this position. Driving slowly forward, doing a shot into the side of the Centurion, grabbing his first 517 damage. And this is also something real important. Look down here, he always drives out with a rather slow speed, not full speed ahead, but he's also not driving around with like 5 kmh. He is having a good speed in my opinion, because when you go with 5 kmh, well, you tend to be too slow and get pre-aimed. But 3 shots done, well, that's a good start. 1400 damage is already something really great to have in the beginning of a game with not losing a single shot. Right now, what is kind of odd in my opinion at the first glance, he is preloading heat. I think at that point where he preloads, he didn't know where the E3 is, but he had a good guess where he could be. And this is something important. He decides to drive into the fountain, and I'm pretty surprised that he went here. And well, what happens if you are spotted and you have an E3 in front of you? He is going to punish you, and he is going to punish you with APCR. I'm surprised that he actually even shot APCR, but now we will get something rather interesting, because this position is actually really good, and this is the position I talked about earlier, which I have to say I need to remember. Because now look at this, there is a bush in the front of you, you stay partially hull down, again, some pieces of your hull are showing, you are covered from the IS by the whole fountain plus this little brush here, and you can shoot at the enemies without getting spotted. And yes, Carney still has heat loaded, and he's trying to get some shots on the Conqueror, sadly hits a little car. And I have to say, yes, this sadly happens. Sometimes a car stops a heat shield because it makes them explode prematurely. And now this is something he was really proud of, he had to tell. And do you see this gun behind him? That's an FV-183. Also props, in the link in the description you will see what happens to this tank. It will get replaced. But the most important thing is, do you see how big this tank is? It is not getting covered by this brush here. And this is rather interesting. You will see that Carney is still waiting patiently to get maybe a shot into the lower plate of the E3 with heat, or even get some shots in general. And now you can see the 183 is directly standing behind him. And still aiming, he doesn't shoot, he's not in danger yet, but now he sees the E3 is driving around. The 183 shoots, and he knows that the 183 is spotted. And what happens? He has to drive back, otherwise he will receive a shot as well. He even received it, but luckily it bounced because of his great awareness. And well, there's something we laughed about in a TeamSpeak when we looked at this gameplay. Why do you keep on shooting heat? You don't have a chance to penetrate the E3 frontally. Sure, the cupola is 280 millimeters thick on the thickest part, but that's a small little strip. The rest is really strongly armored. And he keeps on trying to get some shots in. The Conqueror is still standing behind him. The shots sadly never connect and we lose tons of monies and tons of shots of heat. Luckily now we get some shots onto the Conqueror. It hits 553 damage. Good. This guy is done so. 3-7 though, so it will be still a rather hefty game to carry if he wants to win. Driving around slowly again, he makes a nice little snapshot into the IS-7, quickly aimed in, 529 damage with a good shot into the angled pike nose, meaning the effective armor is really not good. Still, I love that he is still staying at the same position because it works out well. He can't be spotted by the E3 because of that brush in front of him. And now it comes to his mind, hey guys, situational awareness, we are surrounded. Not only by a little. There is a Centurion 7-1, a Patriot, a 907, and a WZ-111 FT incoming. I like this move here. He pre-aims the object 907, gets a shot in really closely, and well, another 500 HP strapped off the 907's HP. And props to the 907 for playing this. He immediately went for Carney, but he sadly stopped, which I don't understand. This was a mistake. He gives Carney time to reload again, and against such a tank, you don't want to trade shots. Now he's doing the right choice. Now he is going in and trying to do some more damage. And can Carney finish him off? Yes, he can, and he just seals the deal. And well, there is another enemy incoming, and he is full HP, meaning the WZ can actually out DPM him. Or he has roughly the same DPM, and well, the first shot bounces AP off the upper front plate, the next shot penetrates with its heat shells, and now comes a great move of Carney. He decides that roughly when he's reloaded to wiggle a little bit. Sadly, the WZ hits his gun and he survives the duel. 318 hit points to go, 5,600 damage, and still in the back with 8 versus 11 kills. The Patriot makes the shot, sadly bounces for himself. Carney is still hanging by a thread, does another shot, and phew! 6,200 damage, 3 kills. We can actually win this game. But oh lord, there are still a lot of healthy targets in the game. 1,300 damage on the hit points on the T10. The AMX AC84 gets 800 hit points, and the rest will be interesting. We load again some heat shells, race back to a good position where we can stand roughly hold down. And this is one of my most favorite positions for a TD in my opinion, especially in the beginning of the game. And there you can see the great gun characteristics of the WZ-5A. Well, do we though? Still a heat round is in the chamber and he bounces it off. At this point I said, why exactly do you go for the Waffenträger? You can't one-shot him. You could have killed the T10, and the T10 keeps on living. Luckily, the DPM of the WZ is still a monstrosity, and another shot now properly aimed into the lower plate could also been made with AP, but he manages to get him off, and whoa, dude, you just got the most average roll possible for the AMX AC83 with the 100mm gun. On point 300 damage, and well, 18 HP to go. You are a one-shot for everything. And by the way, this is a great move. He loads the HE shell because he knows that he might be able to penetrate it, which he did. And if not, he will still do enough damage to bring him down to a one-shot for his AP rounds. And dang. Now it gets close. The Waffenträger auf Panzer IV makes a huge mistake. If he would have stayed here, he could have pre-aimed Carney and finished him off. But what does he doing? He just drives forward, bounces off, and it's a 1v1. Full HP Stridswagen against the WZ, and there he is, the foe. 18 hit points to spare, a nice shot, and now I have to talk. Shortly, just shortly. This game is really close, and I have to say I understand that Carney is like his heart is pumping at that point because he wants to win that game, which is totally understandable. But don't forget, this guy down here only has 40 millimeters of armor. What is your caliber, my dude? Come on, why is it not showing? It should be 130 is his caliber. Wargaming is trolling me. It's 130. Just trust me on that one. He has 100% auto pen on the Stridswagen. He doesn't need the heat. But anywho, he keeps on shooting the heat. There we go. Now it shows me for some odd reason. But he is baiting the shot. The shot bounces off the roof. He aims properly because he knows, well, he has to reload, and he gets a massive blow into him. We are at almost 10,000 damage. Streetwagen rushes forward, he gets detracked with a low roll. He decides to go in and, well, that was a late rep kit, my dude. The gun is destroyed, he needs to repair it, he has repair kit up, and the game is done. 8 kills. The tortoise says what I was thinking. Oh my god. And this game was certainly an amazing display of different tactics. My biggest love for that game was the play around here with the brush showing off how effective camo playing is. And well, what did Carney got for that game? Not this one. He got obviously an ace target. It had to be the Redley Walters medal, the Spartan medal, the Steel Wall medal, high caliber, tank sniper, and Top Gun. He definitely carried that game with 10,467 damage. He also blocked 4k damage himself, roughly, and while the 8 frags is an amazing display of skill. And look at that, he showed off what a tier 10 tank with a great DPM can do. The FV-113 was absolutely not worth in this game. The Tortoise did its worth in damage. 3000 damage is a great value for a Tortoise, but well, here we go. 10k damage against a 4k of a E3. Carry hard next time, my friend. 33 shots, 40 hits, and 24 pens. Certainly a lot of shells bounce, especially with heat on the E3. We also discussed why don't you shoot HE. And he was like, yeah, the chances are still there to penetrate with heat. And he is right. Chances are there. And I have also to say that if he shoots HE and the Conqueror decides to show his side, he will do 200 damage maximum. He won't penetrate the side of a Conqueror with HE. And with heat, he deals his 490 average damage, which is really important in such close encounters. And I have to say, well, people might argue, well, he was all gold shooting only, and well, yes and no. Many gold shots were not really needed when it comes, for example, the T10, the Waffenträger auf Panzer IV, the first shot which bounced, and well. But on the other hand, he showed good awareness, situational awareness, and especially good awareness when it comes to those HE shells. The HE shell into the side of the Udes crippled him, legit. Like, he did tons of damage with that, 600 I think it was, and sadly he didn't dealt any critical damage to him, so no crew members or so died, but still it was really important. And it was also good because he had around 800 HP, meaning a HE shot might be able to put him down for a one shot with his AP. The HE shot was definitely a good choice there, and even more important with the Waffenträger auf Panzer IV. Anywho, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this replay. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about Carney, the body out of our clan. And well, if you think it was a great game, write it down in the comment section below and I will tell him immediately when I see the comments. Thanks again, have a great weekend and good luck on the battlefield. Bye bye.